Welcome back once again, race fans, here tonight to Talladega Super Speedway. That's right, it's Darkside Dave in the cave, and got my good buddy, the Postman Dan, beside me here tonight for the OP Racing Super Speedway Cup Series presented by 4X Graphics. Race number 7 here tonight, and Dan, we've had 6 different winners so far this season. I wonder if these drivers are going to continue that.
Could we see 7, Dave? Could we see 7, or will there be the season's first repeat winner? That's my question.
Either way, we're going to see a winner.
I like it. Certainty, yes.
Well, when you gamble, you got to gamble on a sure thing, so it's not really gambling at all. You know how I am.
We always revert to the gambling thing, but that's last few weeks or so. I'm glad to be here, Dave. I hope you had a good weekend. I hope everybody had a good weekend. Let's do some racing. What do you say?
Yeah. Had a great weekend and had a great happy hour here at Talladega. Now looks like things have already went ahead and switched over to qualifying. Looks like Ben Mashburn's in his car, but nobody actually moving on track just yet. And just as I say that, the Ford Rick Sebrands rolls off. Logan Hilton also rolling off. The 63, Doug Rice in the 35, also rolling off a pit road. So, tell you what, let's ride around. Let's take a look here at the 63 as he comes off of pit lane and gets up to speed. Rick Sebrands, Anthony English, Jimmy Crow, all out there on qualifying laps as well.
Yeah, a couple drivers I'm going to keep my eye on. Will Weber's had a couple strong runs here. Jimmy Crow back joining us this week, so maybe a week off will kind of rest his arms and rest his eyes a little bit. So a couple other guys I'm going to keep an eye on today.
Yeah, and I tell you what, we're going to have to keep our eye on the entire field because we've seen some drivers. I don't necessarily want to say surprise us, but surprise us with some of these stage finishes and then being right there with a chance to win it at the end. So. I think as long as you're in the race, you've got a shot at it.
Absolutely, yeah. We've seen a couple guys, as you focus on Logan Helton here, he had some damage a few weeks back and just kind of hung tough and saved his fast repair and ended up getting quite a good finish out of that race. So, anything's possible here at Talladega, and I'm hoping for the impossible. I'm rooting for the guy in the back.
I'm rooting for the guy that starts about 7th on our final restart. Or actually, I'd love to see some pure, true fuel strategy come to play in the final segment, Dan, to see these guys have to make a decision whether just to get a splash or go ahead and fill it all the way up and get some right-side tires. Or I want to see one of those finishes this season. We haven't had one yet this season, but I can assure you we will at some point in time. Rick Sebrands sitting on top of the speed charts right now. Anthony English going to bump him out with a 51.02. So these drivers beginning to turn in those qualifying laps.
Yeah, I agree with you there, Dave, on the strategy. I'd like to see a couple, splash and goes toward the end here, kind of shake things up a little bit, see what these guys are willing to do. Risking it for the biscuit and getting them crew chiefs, getting their money's worth out of those guys.
Yeah, so far this season, it's been whether or not you want to come down and get fresh tires come green-white checkered time. And just like to see it switched up a little bit. Maybe we'll get that here tonight. We'll just have to wait to see how it all shakes out. Going to wait to see how Logan Hilton shakes out here on his second time lap. Long way around to that start-finish line. Good enough to improve. Yes, top of the board goes that 63 once again. Logan Hilton sitting on top of the provisional pole right now. Cody Ober in second. Anthony English third. Will Weber in fifth. Jimmy Crow sixth. Looks like Doug Rice is good enough for eighth right now. Still have a few drivers out there. Sean Stevens out on his time lap. Mark Mann also out there in his Batmobile on his qualifying lap.
Yeah, always looking sharp in the Batmobile is our colleague and commentating, Mark Mann. Looking for good things out of him. He's had a couple solid good weeks here, Dave. So hopefully he can get up there toward the front, toward the end.
Yeah, and I'm sure we'll see the Alliance Motorsports driver, Mark, man. I'm sure we'll see him to be a force to be reckoned with at some point in time in the season. Just seems like things haven't really went his way. First time lap on the board for Mark, man. Gonna go 8th with a 51.049 right now. Quick time belongs to that 63 of Logan Hilton with a 51.01.
Yeah, it looks about half the field here. A little less than that is not elected to take a time yet. So probably maybe waiting on a little track temperature or something here. I don't know. We'll just have to see.
Yeah, I mean, we still got a little bit of time. Still just a little over halfway here in your qualifying session for the OP Racing Superspeedway Cup Series, presented to you by 4X Graphics. So still a lot of time on the ticker for these guys to go out there and put down a time lap. Looks like Daniel Holloway and Les Levy, they're beginning their time laps. James Mayer also out there in the 95 beginning his time lap. So they're still trickling onto the track. We've got 20 drivers right now already with the qualifying lap. We're taking a look at the 27 right now as he's on his second time lap. Sean Stevens, let's see if he can improve that 20th position from his first time lap.
Yeah, he's been really strong as well. He ended up 2 weeks ago had a top 3 finish. So expect to see some nice things out of Sean.
And all the way up to second on the board, big time pickup there for Sean Stevens. Has his 27 machine sitting outside pole position right now. We'll go back, take a look at this 95 of James Mayers. He's gonna cross the line to begin his first time lap, I do believe. So still a lot of drivers out there yet to qualify. Looks like we've still got about 10 or so left to get in their time.
Yes, sir. I'm excited for the drop of this green flag. I look forward to this all week.
95 of James Mayer entering turn 3 here. I believe this is going to be his first time lap up there next to that outside wall. Still have, like I said, about 10 drivers or so yet to qualify. We've got 22 on the speed charts right now. Daniel Holloway, Les Levy, Robert Duvendak out there on track. We're watching the 95 of James Mayer come across the line this time by. Where will he shake out? First time lap on the board. He goes up to just 23rd, about 0.3 of a second off the pole position right now. And it's a 3-way tie for that pole position there, Dan. All of those drivers with a 51.01. Logan Hilton, Sean Stevens, Cody Ober, all 51.01. And then look at 4th and 5th. Anthony English, Hunter Reynolds, 51.02 for both of those drivers.
Yeah, within 200ths of each other from 1st to 5th here. So and Randall Cobb wasn't too far off there. That's pretty exciting. So this should be a darn good race.
Absolutely, I do believe it will, as James Mayer going to come across the line this time by. Where's he going to shake out? Let's see where he can put it up on the board. Looks like he's going to go only good enough for 16th. He's going to bring his 95 back to a crawl, and that will lead us into the championship standings. Oh, oops. Oh, touching too many buttons at one time. There you go, your championship standings coming in to tonight's race. 281 points on the season so far for the 10 of Robert Duvendak. That's going to accompany a win as well for Duvendak. So himself and a few of his Alliance Motorsports drivers already locked in with a win. Cody Ober sitting right there in second. Rick Seabrands from Alliance Motorsports also with a win. There you see him in third place in your championship standings. Hunter Reynolds, Logan Hilton, Travis Elliott, Dave Hunt, Josh Milam, Anthony English, and Derek Conley round out your top 10 in the point standings. And Dan, we're on race number 7 here, about halfway in the regular season for these drivers. When do you think some of them have to begin worrying about the points gap?
Right now, if you're not worried about it from the drop of the green flag of the first race, your head's probably not in the ball game. There's several guys within striking distance, all the way back to 15th with James Meyer, who we were just talking about. He's 100 points out. He could get 2, 3, 4 stage wins throughout the course of the season, not even win a race, and be right back into the points hunt. So you have to constantly be thinking about that all of the time.
Yeah, I mean, points are very, very big. I mean, we were at a point last season where some of these drivers had to basically rely on points to get in, even with a win. So the points very crucial here in the OP Racing Super Speedway Series presented by 4X Graphics. And with all that being said, we're going to take a short commercial break, head down trackside for your national anthem. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly wailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rackets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Welcome back, trackside race fans. My goodness, if that doesn't get you ready to go, I don't know what will. These drivers rolling off your starting grid looks like this here for race number 7 in the OP Racing Super Speedway Cup Series presented by 4X Graphics. And oh, forgot to reset it. There you go, Logan Hilton starting inside row number 1. Sean Stevens going to line up to his outside row number 2, the 8 of Cody Ober and the 40 of Anthony English. Row number 3, the 26 of Hunter Reynolds, followed by the 52 of Randall Cobb. Row number 4, Rick Seabrands, followed by Dan Harrington. Row number 5, the 24 of Will Weber and the 62 of Les Levy.
Row number 6, the 10 of Robert Duvendak. To his outside, the 04 of Mark Mann. Row number 7, the veteran Jimmy Crow in the 16. To his outside, Dave Hunt in the 53. Row number 8, Alex Green in the 15 machine. On his outside, the number 7 of Josh Milam. Row number 9, the 95 of James Meyer. To his outside, the 77 of David Booth. Row number 10, Daniel Holloway in the 21 machine, and the 35 of Doug Rice to the outside.
Starting row number 11 inside, the 91 of Ernie Williams to his outside, the 28 of Derek Conley. Row number 12, the 18 of Mark Vega and the 88 of Ben Mashburn. Row 12, 13, 12, 13, Aspen Belvin and Chase Berry. Row 14, the 51 of Travis Elliott and the 3 of Robert Payne. Row 15, Jamie Jessup and Andrew Schroeder. Sean McCarrick going to line up in 31st. 32nd, Dustin Barber, Jimmy Reynolds, and Austin Meredith going to round out your field for tonight's race. Pace truck is off. We're ready to go. Green flag racing, Dan.
Let's do it. Green flag is out. Let's do it, boys.
Ooh, and already looks like some drivers with a little bit of an issue. Some of them spreading out through the track. There on the start. Looks like a few of them still down there on the apron. Your pole sitter, Logan Helton, stuck down there on the apron right now. Not sure what's going on with Helton, but going backwards in a hurry.
He may have missed a gear when he went to drop the hammer on that thing. So let's have to maybe catch up with him a little later and see what happened there.
Yeah, we'll have to see what happened because a lot of drivers went in a couple different directions there, and it looks like Anthony English going to have control of lap number 1. He's going to cross the start-finish line as your race leader. Looks like we've got a little bit of issues here. We'll try to iron these things out once again. Sometimes things just don't like to always do what they're supposed to. But anyways, nonetheless, your race leader, Anthony English, still leads the field. Now Rick Seabrands with a help from the 24 of Will Weber. That outside lane begins to surge forward now side by side down the backstretch.
Yeah, now we're getting them all nice and tight here. So, you know, with this being Talladega, we should see quite a bit of 3 wide here. Guys making moves. Maybe not quite this early, but toward the end of the race, it should get pretty exciting.
Yes, it should. And I mean, we'll see this 2 wide. We'll see 3 wide. Will we see 4 wide? Talladega is wide enough. These drivers can push the envelope. They can go 3 wide as Les Levy right now 3 wide going to the back. Looks like we're having some more of those little issues. Some of those bugs, they like to come and go.
I wonder if it's our broadcast connection with the Talladega trailer that we hook up to every 3rd week.
Well, we're going to have to start checking some of the wires, make sure they're all connected as Will Weber goes to the high lane. I don't know if that was a move of necessity. I know some of these drivers, Dan, in happy hour, they were talking about how easy these temperatures go up on these cars when they're pushing, when they're right there tucked in, right behind another car.
Yeah, definitely. The engine temperature plays a big factor in where you're going to be and where you're going to stay behind someone. If you run 4, 5, 6 laps in a row, tucked right up underneath somebody's rear spoiler, your car is going to, proverably better overheat, for lack of better terminology there. But so you may have to step out of line for half a lap or so and let some cool air get to the front of that thing.
And I hate to do it, don't really want to do it. We're having a little bit more issues than what I really want to keep us having as we've got drivers hitting pit road. Looks like a few of the drivers hitting pit lane. Hunter Reynolds, Will Weber, Derek Conley, Josh Milam, all hitting pit road. Alliance Motorsports right now in control of the front of the field. Rick Seabrands, Anthony English, Mark Mann, Robert Duvendak, all up there in the mix at the front. So Alliance Motorsports looking strong right now, and looks like things may have calmed themselves back down. Just as I say that, the 53 has a little bit of a blink moment there, but everything seems to be fine now, so we'll continue green flag racing and coverage here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Do want to say an appreciated thank you to all the fans, friends, and family out there viewing, coming out each and every Monday night to watch these drivers put on one heck of a show. in mass exodus to pit road, and it really does not like that. Things are going nuts over here, so we're going to step away for just a brief commercial break. Stay with us. We'll get this thing fixed and sorted out. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Growing up as a kid in Oklahoma, where I'm from, the Chili Bowl is the biggest race that we have. The Chili Bowl has kind of been my favorite race of the year. Growing up a dirt racer in Oklahoma, that's kind of the holy grail.
the most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real-world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
In back trackside, once again, race fans, we do apologize about that. Had to reconnect a few of the wires here. Came loose, I guess, when we were putting the trailer on the cinder blocks. You know how we do things down here in Alabama. But nonetheless, anyways, Jamie Jessup has the race lead right now. Only driver yet to hit pit road. We continue under this green flag cycle of pit stops. And Jamie Jessup has braved it, and he finds himself out there, Dan, with about an 18.5-second race lead. He may be trying to stretch this thing to the end.
He might, but I think these guys are going to swallow him up pretty quick here. He had about a 30-second lead about probably 3 laps ago, so they're chopping off about 5 seconds per lap off Jamie's lap times here.
And, I mean, this is the swarm of cars right back here. Will Weber, Cody Ober leads the outside lane, the 82 of, of Dan Harrington. Hunter Reynolds in the 26 right there. It's 2 wide. We've got, looks like 3 wide back there for just a brief moment. Looked like the 21 was thinking about possibly taking it 3 wide for a brief moment. Now he'll slot all the way down to the inside lane. And this big group of cars, they have gained another 2, almost 3 seconds on your race leader, Jamie Jessup. So he's got some time to get it done, but that time is starting to tick away. Completion of stage number 1 going to come at the end of lap number 20, Dan. So he's only got about 6 laps to go here, but I'm not quite sure he's going to have enough to stay out in front of that whole entire pack.
I don't think so either. He's losing about, half a second to 3/4 of a second about every set of corners here. So the freight train is a-coming. It's rolling around the bend.
Yeah, the freight train's coming for sure. And the 5 of Chase Berry, he's going down a lap here after some early trouble. He's on the outside lane. There you see him, 3rd car outside field going by him on the inside. Looks like we've got some trading paints issues going on. Cars reloading. Looks like Trading Paint's starting to re-download all the paint schemes, get everything nice and cleaned up for you. As I do believe that is the 82 leading this pack now. Dan Harrington up there. Will Weber now surging on the outside with help from Randall Cobb. And it looks like they have inherited the race lead. Jamie Jessup did go to pit road, decided to go down to pit road, but I don't know why you would wait that long. He's going to be all alone by himself here now.
On the speedway.
Ooh, yeah, and it looks like that is going to involve quite a few of these drivers. The 53 of Hunt involved in this one. And a few other drivers getting caught up as well. We'll take another look back, see how bad this one really was. There you see Hunt going sideways, and looks like everybody, whoa, Mark Man on the binders. It looks like everybody made it through pretty clean. That's quite an amazing wreck right there with that many cars around and only one car involved.
Yeah, excellent driving there by those guys on the tail end of that accident there. So, yeah, it looked like Dan Hunt just got a little loose going into the corner entry there, and unfortunately, Anthony English kind of helped him around there. So, probably no harm, no foul. Probably just a racing incident, but good driving by everybody behind that spin there.
Yeah, and I mean this is gonna set things up for quite an interesting finish here. I don't believe this is gonna be the end of stage number 1. I think these admins are probably gonna let these drivers go back green flag racing, and we may end up having an extended stage number 1. We may end up with a green-white checkered for stage number 1. We'll have to wait and see how all that shakes out. But right now, Will Weber, man, he got the job done on pit road, got in the front of the pack, and he's got himself sitting pretty here. We'll have to wait to see if all these drivers hit pit road. If they don't, that should be the sign that lets us know that they're going to stay out on track, and we'll have a green-white checkered finish here in stage number 1.
Yeah, Will Weber definitely got the job done there on pit road as he smokes the pit road cone there, leading the long train of cars down pit road. But Will has definitely been solid the last few weeks, so if he gets a stage win, it's definitely going to give him a little confidence boost going into the later half of this race.
And looking like everybody came down pit road that time. So I don't know. This could be the end of stage number 1. With everybody coming down pit road, not sure why you would give up possible track position, unless that was the end of stage number 1. But you know, we've seen some odder things happen before. As Randall Cobb down and away first off of pit road, Rick Seabrand's gonna follow him off. Cody Ober right there in third. Josh Milam will line up back in fourth. Gonna stay here trackside. Do want to give a shout out to some of the sponsors here in OP Racing, 4X Graphics, Turn 3 Racing Network, myself, Darkside Dave, Dan the Postman right here. Glad to bring you all the racing coverage all season long here in the OP Racing Super Speedway Cup Series, season number 5 for these drivers. So Veteran Series, Veteran League, and we're proud to bring it to all the race fans out there each and every Monday night. Mountain Mafia Bullies also sponsor here with myself. So big shout out to Mountain Mafia Bullies, the Hill family putting together some fine pups out there. Go check them out on Facebook. But yeah, Dan, I mean, this is gonna set up a wild finish in my eyes. I think I don't understand the strategy of pitting if we're gonna have an extended stage 1. I don't know.
You know, if I was in race control, I would extend the stage, and that would tighten up the race and make for a little more exciting finish toward the end. You know, I mean, less laps you have to run toward the end, the harder guys are going to fight, right? We're in this for ratings. That's what I think we're in it for, right?
Oh, we're in it for the ratings. Looks like the zombie fans in the stands are here for the carnage and chaos. They look like they're waiting to eat somebody alive, but that's a whole different ball game.
Yeah, you're right. I'm not a big fan of zombies. I got something wrong with my psychiatry, whatever you call that, my subconscious. I don't deal with zombies. So thanks, Dave. I'll have nightmares for the rest of the night. Appreciate that.
No problem. No problem. That's what I'm here for, man. To help you overcome your fears, one Dave at a time.
That's pretty good.
Very quick caution here at Talladega Superspeedway Field. Already back, double file pace truck. Lights are off. So yeah, we're going to have a short run here to the end. It's going to be pretty awesome. It's going to be pretty fun. Let's see. I'm going to do something that I haven't done all season, and I'm going to pick the 7 of Josh Milam to walk away with the win here in stage number 1. Hopefully I didn't just give him the curse, but I like his chances starting outside row in row number 2 here on this restart. Got a teammate in front of him. Rick Seabrand's has been.
Yeah, I think it's a good pick from you there, Dave. Josh has definitely been strong for the last 3-4 races here, and you know he is the guy I would have picked because he's outside of road number 2. So I think I'll agree with you on that. Let's go Josh Milam 7 for the stage 1 win here.
And in my ear, it looks like I'm being told stage has already ended. The caution flag flew within 5 laps of this stage end, so they went ahead and called it that stage. So the 24 of Will Weber gonna get the points for winning stage number 1. We'll see who can win stage number 2. Gonna be a little bit longer for these drivers here in stage number 2. They may have to make a green flag pit stop to get there. Usually they don't really have to make that pit stop, but now they're gonna be about 2 laps longer in stage number 2, so some of these drivers may have to hit pit road. We'll have to wait to see how that all shakes out. The Chevy Silverado pace truck down and away. Randall Cobb on the inside, going to bring the field back around the front stretch. Long way around to get to this restart box. Then we'll get things set and ready to go once again. Waiting for drivers ready to hit the gas on the loud pedal, and away we go at Talladega Superspeedway, stage number 2 underway. Randall Cobb not getting off to a very good start. Rick Seabrands in that outside lane, looks like that was the lane to be in here on this restart. Milam right on the bumper and a big wiggle at a Seabrands coming off of 2.
Yeah, we've seen that twice now. Very start of the race there. Logan Helton did not get a very good jump on that inside line, but as you can see, they're kind of nose to nose here, door to door. That's welcome to restrictor plate racing, because if you get away for a little bit, you're not going to get away for very long.
I mean, I don't know that you want to get away really, because when they do get back to you, there's nothing you're going to do about stopping them. I don't know. I like the strategy that some of these drivers back around the 11th, 12th place are kind of running with. Logan Helton, Ernie Williams, Ben Mashburn, they're all down there on that inside lane. I like being in the inside about halfway back, because I know I'm still in touch, but I'm giving myself just enough distance to hopefully miss it if it happens in front of me.
Yeah, I would agree with that completely. I think you have to be on the inside, because when somebody does go around, momentum's going to take them to the outside, so at least you have a 50-50 shot. It's like on the golf course, they say trees are 50% air, so risk it for the biscuit.
Still side-by-side racing action at the front of the field. Randall Cobb leading on that inside lane. Rick Seabrands still to his outside with help from Josh Milam. Milam not able to push him past Cobb just yet, but just give it some time. That outside lane will wind itself up, and we should see it take the lead here in just a moment. Now Seabrands almost clear, but that inside lane accordion's back to the front.
Yeah, can we take a look at our Week 3 winner here in Hunter Reynolds? He's rocking a new paint scheme that I think our viewers need to see.
The Reynolds wrap. How about that?
Get a kick out of that. I just saw that about 3 laps ago. That's hilarious.
That is absolutely awesome there, Hunter. Big shout out with the paint job there. And these drivers starting to mix it up a little bit more up there at the front. We see a lot more movement out of the front of this field than what we've seen just moments ago. And it looks like everybody's still packed up. Everybody's still, all the way back to about 23rd, all within about a second and a half of your race leader. And we've got a little bit of a second pack back here with Travis Elliott, James Mayer, Anthony English, Jamie Jessup, and Chase Berry, all right here running with each other. Dave Hunt also with that group of drivers as well. Long train of cars.
Yeah, I thought for a second there the first 12, 13 cars were going to kind of get away from the latter half of the field here, but they're kind of tightening things back up here a little bit as we see Jimmy Crow, the veteran, pushing the kid Logan Helton right back into the mix of these things.
Yeah, and it looks like that second pack that I was speaking about is no longer a second pack. Everybody's bunched back up with each other. Only about 2.5 seconds from the race leader all the way to the tail end of the field. And now it looks like we've got a driver looking at that 3 wide, and guess who it is? It's the kid Logan Helton, as we've got drivers heading to pit road.
Yeah, a couple guys in the middle of the pack there electing to take it to the low side, get to pit road. Like you said earlier, maybe we're a little short on fuel here coming to the end of this stage. So probably a little bit of strategy there. Like to see how that, like to see why that strategy is the way it is for those guys.
Not quite sure, but I am sure of this. Rick Seabrans with a big move after the push by Milam, dropping down to the bottom, taking the race lead 3 wide right now with Hunter Reynolds in the middle. Milam getting the push. He's going to take it to the front, take the race lead. Jimmy Crow and Logan Helton out there trying to make that third lane work, as we've got more drivers to pit road. Rick Seabrans, Cody Ober, all on pit road. Looks like Robert Duvendak, James Mayer, Alex Green, Anthony English, Mark Mann, all to pit road this time by Josh Milam. Gonna take the lead of the race with the kid. Logan Helton just to his outside, but Hunter Reynolds coming through with the big push. Big time support right there.
Look who it is on the outside being pushed by Travis Elliott.
That's the boss, Mark Vega, right there.
That's right.
Getting the job done in the, I believe that is the Tropical Skittles 18 Toyota Camry out there, getting the job done up there in that third lane.
Yeah, third lane. Third lane Vega, that's what we need to call him. That's where he likes to live and make his living, man. I love it. And Tropical Skittles are my favorite.
And we've got more drivers to pit road this time by Hunter Reynolds, Josh Milam, Ernie Williams, Derek Conley, Sean Stevens, Will Weber, Ben Mashburn, all going to hit pit road this time by. We'll keep an eye on the timing and scoring, see if Rick Seabrans and his group are able to pass the group that just pitted. We'll wait to see where this lead pack decides to pit. Looks like most of them may be coming this time by. Everybody dropping down to that bottom lane. That's going to leave that 18 high and dry all alone right now.
Yeah, it's going to leave him, as we say that, as he kind of drops down in front of Elliott there. Guys coming to pit road right now. Logan Helton, Jimmy Crow, as my timing and scoring goes all crazy. There we go. David Booth, Sean McCarrick, Anthony Schroeder, Dave Hunt. No, Dave did not come to pit road.
Now it looks like Mark Vega, Travis Elliott, Jamie Jessup, Chase Berry, and Dave Hunt all staying out on track right now. Your top 5 yet to hit pit road here in stage number 2. Stage number 2 coming to an end at the conclusion of lap number 40. Then we'll get things set for our final run to the end, 54 lap run to the end of tonight's race, 94 laps in the official race distance. We do have 3 attempts at our green-white checkered, and we'll see if we have to use them. Trends have shown that we've had about 2 green-white checkers here at Talladega over the past 3 races, so we'll see if that trend is broken or not, as we've got ourselves a pretty long green flag pit cycle stint on our hands right now. Travis Elliott and his top 5 drivers all staying out on track multiple laps past when the rest of the field has decided to come to pit road.
Yeah, the 5 of Chase Berry, it's only showing that he has only pitted once. So he is literally risking it for the biscuit. That's the third time I've said that tonight. But he's going to have to come to pit road. He's not going to be able to finish the stint on fuel.
And just as we say that, it looks like we've got more drivers to pit road. And I believe that's going to put the lead back in the hands of, oh no, look, Hunter Reynolds back here leading that inside lane. He's got Rick Seabrans just to his outside, Josh Milam right there, Daniel Holloway, Robert Duvendak all right here, Anthony English, Derek Conley all up here at the front of this field, and we're double file for about the top 20.
Yeah, that ended up working out really good for Hunter there. He, I'm not sure what he did on pit road. I don't have that timing and scoring available to me as of yet, but excellent job by him to, looks like, apparently win the race off pit road and get that 26 Reynolds wrap machine out front.
Yeah, and it looks like it just on and off pit road about 2/10 of a second faster, and that's right there is what it can do for you. Get you out in front of the rest of your pack and get you the momentum that you need to get to the front and lead the race as things getting dicey up here at the front. Seabrand sideways, the 21, a little bit of a wiggle out of him. And drivers going everywhere as we've got 3 wide racing towards the tail end of this pack. Looks like Randall Cobb, Doug Rice, all out there in that outside lane now. Cody Ober jumping to the outside to lead it. James Mayer right there, tail end of that 4-car pack out there on the outside. Ooh, close call as Ober slots back in that middle lane just in front of Alex Green.
Yeah, Ober was not really sure where he wanted to go. He saw that outside lane there getting momentum, and he thought he was going to be able to jump up in front of those guys, and then decided better of it. It almost cost him.
And I'll tell you what, Dan, we haven't had a chance to run through it yet, so let's give the fans something that they love, we love. I, for sure, love it. Let's hush our mouths, mute the mics for just a second, and head down trackside for some sights and sounds with some Turn 3. Turn it up. Ooh-wee. Beautiful sight and sounds here trackside, Talladega Super Speedway. A great shot there on board, looking back from that 8 of Cody Ober as he was in the middle and drove his way to the front of the field. Big push there by Hunter Reynolds to get him up there to that spot. So a heck of a job by those drivers. I mean, pedal to the metal right now. This is some great racing action.
Yeah, slicing and dicing all the way through. About a lap ago, the kid Logan Helton got a little loose and darn near took out his master and sensei, Jimmy Crow, with him. Great piece of driving by Logan to save that race car.
And as we get closer and closer here to the end of stage number 2, we're about to that 5-lap threshold. And if we see a caution come out here in the next few laps, that will put an end to stage number 2. These drivers have it in the back of their mind, but the points, they're right there in front of their face. We're going to have 5 laps to go here in stage number 2 when we cross the line this time by to take lap 36 out of the 94 scheduled in the official race distance here tonight at Talladega Super Speedway. Dan, the OP Racing Super Speedway Cup Series has been putting on a heck of a show. And now we see, after that little brief moment that Helton had, Now here he comes right up through the middle of the field.
Yeah, jamming it right in there. A couple laps ago, we saw Cody Ober make that charge through the center, but Hunter Reynolds and Josh Milan from Fuel Sim Racing there. You always want to have one of your teammates behind you. They had to make sure they had room so that when Hunter stepped out to regain the race lead, Josh could come with him. So another excellent piece of driving by those two Fuel Sim drivers.
Yeah, and you'll see a lot of team strategy involved. All throughout the race, you'll see team strategy being employed towards the end of the race, a little bit more than what you may think. And we've got a third lane forming, and it's got 4 or 5 drivers in it right now. Randall Cobb leading that charge. And that Harry Gant line up there, Ernie Williams right there with him as well. The 35 of Doug Rice. Looks like the 24 of Will Weber also in that outside lane. The 6 of Dustin Barber. And we're going to have ourselves a real battle here to the end of stage number 2. If that outside third lane can get up there beside Rick Seabrands and Hunter Reynolds.
Yeah, that is an amazing run that outside lane gets off of the corner. It just shoots those guys out there like a rocket ship, and they can maintain all the way around the outside.
And it looks like a few of the drivers starting to wiggle around just a little bit. They're going to drop down. Will Weber and Dustin Barber, they leave that trio of cars up there in that third lane. And it looks like drivers beginning to wiggle around a little bit more. The fuel has burned off. These cars getting a little bit lighter. And it looks like with the pushes coming, it looks like it's upsetting the handling of some of these cars out there.
Yeah, it's definitely getting to be a handful. I've driven these for a couple test laps and had the opportunity to run several laps in a stint. And after about 12, 13 laps, the rear end of that car starts to get really, really light on corner entry and exit.
Oh, and we've got drivers around. The 6 involved, and I believe that was the I believe it was the 17. Not seeing it on the scoring charts. No, it was actually, it looks like Ernie Williams was involved in this latest one, the 91 right there, as well as Dustin Barber involved in this latest one. So we'll take a look back, see what happened here. There's C pushing. Oh, and it looks like Doug Rice just gets to the inside of that left rear quarter. Turns the 91 around hard. Hard impact with that inside safer barrier for Williams. And unfortunately for Dustin Barber, he gets caught up in this just kind of a innocent bystander, if you will. Mm-hmm. Ooh, my goodness. Tough hit for a lot of these drivers, man. Ooh, that was pretty rough. Nonetheless, we'll rejoin the field back up at the front. And hey, caution's out, lap 40. Stage number 2 in the books. And it looks like Hunter Reynolds is going to walk away with the win here in stage number 2. We'll have to wait, see whether or not that is actually the case. But Dan, another fine run here. Stage number 2, a lot of green flag racing here tonight. And it seems like right around them stage ends, right when the points are on the line, that's when we're seeing some of the moves cause some issues. I won't say they're bad moves or big moves, but sometimes the gap is a little bit closer. Yeah. And it happens.
It does, unfortunately, and that's racing. You get to get tucked in behind someone, and every instinct tells you not to lift. And coming to these races and stages and things, that's where these drivers' heads are at. I mean, you lift a 0.5% on that accelerator, it could cost you some points down the road. So, and like Ricky Bobby said, if you ain't first, you're last.
Oh, I mean, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's all you can say.
I mean, he's not wrong. I'm not saying it's right, but he's not wrong. It's one of them things. Mm-hmm. Looks like Hunter Reynolds going to win the race off of pit road. Josh Milam going to come off in second. Cody Ober third. Will Weber Your stage number 1 winner going to come off of pit road in 4th. So we'll let these drivers take a moment, get back up to speed, get caught up with the pace car. And I tell you what, Dan, let's see if I can't get this correct. Let's see if we can't dial up the winner of stage number 1. Let's see if we can't steal a quick little interview with the driver of the 24 machine, Will Weber's. Dave and Dan in the booth. You got a copy?
How's it going, man?
Doing good, doing good. How you doing?
Pretty good, man. That was a hell of a first stage. Thanks to my teammates, we got a good pit cycle and was able to stay out front.
Yeah, and I was gonna congratulate you on that win there in stage number 1. Got yourself a few more bonus points. The 24 is looking pretty sporty out there tonight. Do you think you've got what it takes in that Ford Mustang to get up there and possibly win this thing?
Tonight, for sure, man. It feels good tonight. Team's running good together. We got kind of mid-season form that we had last year going. So get through these green flag pit stops, hopefully green flag pit stops, and I think we got a pretty good shot.
All right, my man. Well, before we let you go, would you like to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous, thank anybody on the side of that car?
Yeah, man. Thanks to you up in the booth, man, crushing it every week. Thanks to my teammates at FSR, and then our sister team, Lap Down Racing, new this week, and then shout out to Mom and Dad at home.
All right, man. Well, congratulations once again on your stage win, and good luck. Elbows up.
Thank you, sir.
There you have it, driver out of the FSR stable, Will Weber, walking away with the win here in stage number 1. And I tell you what, I think you may have been able to dial up the winner of stage number 2. Let's see if Dan can't get a hold of your winner here in stage number 2.
Mr. Reynolds, Dave and Dan in the booth. You got your ears on, buddy.
Yes, sir. How y'all doing?
Good, buddy. How's that race car handling? Is that that Reynolds wrap machine looks awful sleek and awful fast?
Oh yeah, she feels good. We had a little trouble to start there with a little bit of damage, so we had to take that. But now this thing's on a roll, man. She's rocking.
That's great. Do you think you have what it takes to get to the end of this race under green flag conditions and through all the pit stops and get your team a win here?
You know, honestly, I couldn't tell you. We feel pretty solid on pit stops, and this thing's more about surviving than anything. There's a lot of good drivers out here, so we definitely got to be elbows up the whole time.
All right, man. Well, good luck to you. Those pace truck lights are out, and we'll see you at the end of this thing.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it. Hope I get to talk to you all.
Thanks, buddy. Have a good one.
All right, well, there you have it. A little brief interview with your stage winners as we get set and ready to go here to start stage number 3, or the final stage, the run to the end, the run for all the money. Who's going to take away the trophy? Will it be one of these FSR Motorsports drivers that been able to walk away with both stage wins here, Dan? Fuel Sim Racing making a charge for that team points championship. Alliance Motorsports does lead right now, but Fuel Sim Racing right there snatching the bonus points here tonight. So I don't know. It's going to be close on that side too.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Fuel Sim has definitely been solid the whole race here, and let's get this thing shaking and baking. What do you think?
I think we're going to do it. I think we've got no choice because these Ford Mustangs leading the field right now are going to fire off here in just a few moments. Pace truck has hit pit road. Hunter Reynolds bringing the field to the restart box. Long way around this front stretch. Very unique setup here at Talladega Superspeedway. This it's actually, I believe, 2.66 miles, making it the longest non-road course on the schedule here in NASCAR. But for the OP Racing Superspeedway drivers, it's kind of normal for them. They see it quite often. Hunter Reynolds gets a great start as we begin green flag racing once again. Josh Milam and Logan Helton in that outside lane trying to make up a little bit of ground. Not a very good start for that outside lane, Dan.
Yeah, it's kind of odd considering the restarts that we've seen, you know, in the beginning of the race, stage one, and on a couple caution restarts there, that outside lane kind of got hung up a little bit. So maybe that bottom groove's just taking a little bit more rubber, allowing these guys to give it a little more accelerator to get that jump.
And I've seen a driver out here. I'm going to mention him real quick. That 8 of Cody Ober, he has made some moves here tonight. He was right there behind Hunter Reynolds, pushing him in a very comfortable spot, but he decides to jump to that outside lane and get a big push from the 7 of Josh Milam. Will he clear? Not going to clear through turn 1 and 2. It's going to be a drag race when they come off of turn number 2. We'll be side by side for your top, I don't know, it looks like at least top 18 side by side, Dan.
Yeah, definitely keeping the big pack racing moniker here for the Talladega Super Speedway. Cody Ober dives to the front of Hunter Reynolds and leaving Josh Milam with the kid out there on the outside.
Yeah, and I see a few of the drivers back a little bit further in the field. I'm not quite sure who that is, but a few of them may be a lap down. Looks like Mark Vega's back there, as well as Ernie Williams, Aspen Belvin. They're keeping their distance right now. Travis Elliott in the 51 also back there, as well as we've got a driver on the apron a little bit slow. Looks like that's the 19 of Austin Meredith. He's going to get his machine back up to speed, but he is well off of the pace.
Yeah, I'm showing currently 30 drivers on the lead lap. We've only got looks like 3 drivers that are in the negative lap situation right now, so very good. Got a lot of guys here that could definitely have a chance to win this thing.
Absolutely, and we're closing in the halfway point here in the race. These drivers are going to have to hit pit road at least one more time. I believe they're going to have to make it at least 2 more times to pit road, as it looks like Robert Duveneck, with a brief moment there, had to jump out of line, get out from behind his teammate. He's able to slot back just behind him, but a big gap now opened up behind Seabrands, and that's going to slow that outside lane. Logan Helton trying to lead that outside. Oh, big push, and Ober gets loose into the apron. He's going to lose a ton of ground as the field's going to kind of freight train him here. Nobody really playing too nice, letting him back up on the track. They're going to keep him stuck down there, and this is a dangerous situation for a lot of these drivers at the front.
Yeah, I believe that was Will Weber that tried to give him some room there, and it just, the freight train effect. There's probably 20-25 mile an hour difference there for half a second when Will tried to back up and let Cody get it back in line there, but hearing over race control, the choo-choo coming over.
Yeah, from leading the race all the way back to the 14th spot with that wiggle, and then getting stuck down there on the apron. Fortunately for himself and a lot of other drivers, he was able to rejoin the racing surface and keep it heading in the right direction. He lost a lot of ground, but still in the race, and that's what matters.
Yeah, he's still in the race, and like you said, that is absolutely what matters. We've watched a couple guys come from way back in the pack, beyond 20th to be right up there toward the end of the race. So we've got right around 40 or so laps to go here, and man, I tell you, anything could happen. It's just, we've seen this before.
Oh, we've seen it before. We'll see it again. We've had different ends to the races almost each and every week. We've had different winners each and every week. Will we see another race in the books here in season number 5 for OP Racing Super Speedway Cup Series presented by 4X Graphics? Will we see yet another race winner, or will we see for the first time a driver visit victory lane for the second time of the season? And man, we've got a lot of drivers moving around here as we start to see a third lane begin to develop. Logan Helton jumped out to lead that. Looks like Alex Green leading the middle lane right now, as the outside lane's trying to decide whether they really want to be 3 wide or if they're going to slot back into that middle lane.
You got to kind of bide your time here. You can't push too hard. I think the reason why Logan's out there on the outside lane is because he's comfortable out there. That's where his car probably feels the best to him, and he feels like he can get a big run. As we got one down the apron. Oh my goodness!
Ooh, boy, and it looks
Laminated
like,
from about 20th on back.
big time wreck right there. Looks like Doug Rice involved in this one. Mark Vega also involved. We'll take a look back here. Oh, catching it a little bit late. Looks like the 18 was down there on the grass. Comes back up and collects a ton of drivers through that one. Ooh, my goodness. A lot of people caught up in that one. Looks like the 53 of Dave Hunt also involved in that one. Ernie Williams caught some damage as well. So a lot of drivers caught up in this latest caution here at Talladega Superspeedway.
Yeah, I think he was just trying to get the car under control there, and it just kind of got away from him. So that's unfortunate for Mr. Rice there and the other drivers that were involved in that.
And with this caution falling when it does, Dan, this puts these drivers in a little bit of a precarious situation here. 44 laps left right now, or 45 actually laps left. 44 when we cross the line this time by. These drivers gonna have to hit pit road twice for that. They're not gonna be able to stretch it that far. About 21, maybe 22 is all you can get out of the fuel tanks here at Talladega Superspeedway. So this put these drivers in a box to where they may have to start saving a little bit of fuel either on this run or the next run. But if we get another caution, that kind of changes the dynamics of the race as well. But right now, these drivers sitting in a precarious situation.
Yeah, absolutely. You definitely, by the time we take the green flag, it might help these guys save a little bit. But I'd say we're on the higher percentage of side to see at least two more, hopefully, green flag pit stops. I really do enjoy green flags pit stops, as it looks like Josh Milam actually beat Hunter Reynolds off of pit road there. Excellent job by Josh there. He may have just taken fuel only.
And it looks like most of the field either taking just 2 tires and fuel or just fuel only. Looks like probably fuel only all the way back to about Anthony English or so. Looks like we've got some tires back there for some of the drivers around that 10th position on back. But still, even with this caution right now, I'm pretty concerned about the way this fuel strategy may play out. And we talked about this earlier, Dan, wanting to maybe get that fuel strategy into the race. And here we sit with that possibly right in front of us.
Yeah, ask and you shall receive. We are being blessed by the iRacing gods here. Now the only thing we can really hope for is some long stints of green flag runs, and then the chaos will happen. And that's what I want.
Yeah, and I want to point out here, just because we're talking about the fuel mileage right now being a big key and a big factor, look at Holloway. He is way down on the apron. Rick Seabrands was way down on the apron on the backstretch. Les Levy, a lot of other drivers trying to utilize that apron as much as they possibly can, try to save as much as they can. That's how much these drivers are programmed to save at any moment that they can. They're going to, and then they're also going to take it to the extreme when they need to as well. And you can be rest assured that Rick Seabrands and his Alliance Motorsports crew on the radio down there discussing the fuel mileage, because I'm telling you, it's going to end up being a factor here tonight. I've just got that feeling.
I like your intuition there, Dave. And the reason why those drivers put that car on the apron is because when that car is sitting on that banking like that, you have to be rolling faster, causing the motor to engine to burn more fuel. So bringing it down on the apron, the natural momentum of the car going straight allows you to burn less fuel because it's less taxing on the engine of the car.
And there you have it, my friends. Fans, friends, family, viewers, your science lesson Brought to you here today by Postman Dan.
Science.
I don't science good.
We know. But we
mean,
don't judge you. We still love you.
I mean, I don't math good either, but, you know, who's counting?
I'm counting down the laps to where we can get this thing going, and looks like the Silverado pace truck lights are out, Dave, and we're on the backstretch. It is a long way around to that restart line. Never really realized how far that was.
Yeah, it's a very long time around this track. Just to give you a little bit of perspective about it and about the speeds that these drivers have. Right now, they're running about what we run on the interstate, about 55, 60 miles an hour behind this Chevy Silverado pace truck. And under normal racing circumstances, 47, basically 48 seconds to get around this track. Under caution, 2 minutes and 15 seconds. So just that right there tells you the speeds that these drivers are getting around here under race conditions are just phenomenal. 200 plus, without a shadow of a doubt.
Yeah, 200 plus with eyelashes in between themselves at any given moment. That's just crazy.
Absolutely crazy. I'd love to do it once until I was doing it, and then I would probably be screaming. But yeah. Chevy Silverado pace truck hits pit road. We'll get set to fire things off once again here in the final stage of the race. Coming to take lap 53, Josh Milam has the inside. Hunter Reynolds going to line up to his outside, hitting the restart box, and green flag in the air once again here at Talladega Super Speedway. Inside lane, good jump. Hunter Reynolds with a better jump. He's got Daniel Holloway right there helping him as they make their way into turn number 1 through the center of turn 2. Now Milam with the advantage coming off of turn 2.
Yeah, we've got 2 race winners right here on the bottom, nose to tail, and Josh Milam and Derek Conley. So, I tell you what, Hunter did get a really, really great start there. But like we said earlier, about 20 or so laps ago, that inside lane is starting to come in, taking a little bit of rubber, allowing these boys to get a bigger jump and hold that car down to that double yellow line and run these cars around the rail on the bottom. And I think that's going to be your winner from that inside line, Dave.
And I mean, we've still got a long way to go, so I'm not going to pick the winner in my head. We all know how picking winners goes for me if I say it out loud, so I'm just not going to do it. Not comfortable enough to do that yet. Don't want to ruin somebody's night. But we've got a few of these drivers making some moves, making some headway on the day. Want to give a big shout out there to the Deathmobile, the 62 of Les Levy, lined up just outside of the top 10, running in the 13th position right now. But you can find him right there just behind Anthony English on that inside lane. He's slowly trying to make his way and crack inside the top 10.
Yeah, excellent drive by Les. He's been solid the last couple races. So we always love talking to Les, and I would love nothing more than to get him into the broadcast booth later tonight. So cross your fingers, dot both your I's, dot your T's, whatever you do these days.
Dot your T's and cross your I's, because look, at the top of the track, we've got some drivers, Dan, that are not scared to go 3 wide, and they'll do it for a very long time. Chase Berry, Travis Elliott trying to get that third lane to work. Randall Cobb going to jump out, join them. That's going to slow the momentum for just a brief moment. Ooh, and Holloway's got to jump out from behind Reynolds. That's going to slow that middle lane as Milam begins to surge back once again on the bottom. Cody Ober going to jump down to that inside lane as well. So a lot of drivers mixing up the positions, and it looks like Randall Cobb going to get left outside in that third lane all alone.
Yeah, he got hung out to dry, as it will. But look who's joining him on that high side up there, Dave. Lo and behold, our man of very few words, Logan, the kid, Helton.
Yeah, the kid just moments ago was somewhere outside of the top 15, and he's slowly driving his way back up to the front of the field using that outside lane. Now looking just outside of the top 15 as he dropped back to the bottom, going to slot in the 16th position. And that's just what I mean, Dan. I mean, we've got drivers making moves all over this track. It was Barry and Elliott for a moment in that third lane. Now it's Barry and Cobb. So drivers mixing it up, going from lane to lane. Logan Helton now all the way back in that third lane once again after just being on the bottom one lap ago.
Yeah, Logan's definitely searching for something here. We're going to have to kind of pay attention to what these guys were doing on the outside lane here. They're going to have more than 3 cars to make a run for that outside as Derek Conley drops down in front of Josh Mylan to take over the race lead.
And we think that they're going to have more than just 2 or 3 cars, but right now they are making up some time. They are making up some ground. Look at that run through the tri-over here. Those 2 cars almost up to the 15 of Alex Green and the 21 of Daniel Holloway, and that will put us 3 wide from the leader on back from about second, I should say, with Milam all the way back for 3 rows as we've got more drivers joining that third lane. Now here comes Mark Vega as well. David Booth, I believe, is out there. Ooh, close and around goes the 6 of Dustin Barber.
Yeah, that was just a simple accordion effect there, Dave. These guys up front kind of checked up a little bit. The guys in back saw it, and by then it was too late.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. Mark Vega couldn't check up in time for the 6 that was checking up in front of him, and yeah, that's what you get. We'll take another look at it here one time from the turn 3 blimp cam. There you see Anthony English getting the bump out of the 6 after checking up. Mark Vega nowhere to go into the back of the 6, and around those 2 drivers go, and that's a tough break there for Vega in the 18. He finds himself with some more trouble here tonight.
Yep, unfortunate for him. He was strong pretty early, and just like we said a couple races ago, it's one of those places you don't want to be. Is kind of behind anybody who's spinning and throwing white smoke in front of you.
Yeah, and as we watch the 6 of Dustin Barber get his number 6 machine back up to the field, we'll rejoin the front of the field. Your race leader, Derek Conley, has caught up with the Chevy Silverado pace truck. So we'll wait to see if these drivers all head down pit road. And if it was me, I'm coming to pit road. Because now we're in about that 35-ish or so. I can definitely make it to the end, and I can pad at least one green-white checkered attempt right now. So I'm going to come down, and I'm at least going to get a splash of fuel. Or, hey, I may go ahead and grab my 4 tires now if I do get that green flag cycle and just have to worry about fuel.
Yeah, I would agree with that to a certain extent. To me, I would leave my tires, splash of fuel, leave myself for track position a little bit later on, and then in hopes, crossing fingers, dotting I's, things like that, that there is going to be that late race caution that we've seen with about 10 or 5 laps to go. So, and then you're in prime position with fresh tires. You got enough fuel. Make a run toward the front.
And pit road exit, very, very busy place. Derek Conley just edges out Josh Milam off of pit road. Hunter Reynolds, Chase Berry, Robert Duvidak, Alex Green, Cody Ober, Randall Cobb, and Daniel Holloway. Your top 9 drivers off of pit road is Doug Rice. Rolling the dice a little bit. Rice rolling the dice. What do you think about that one right there? Got your purple Hoosier looking nice up there leading the field right now. Just not sure about the strategy as of right now, but maybe just trying to stay out, lead a lap, get some points, and then come down, get his fuel, get some service, and get back out there.
Yeah, that's sometimes little victories like that can be the difference between turning your season around and putting it back on the trailer. So maybe it's just a mental game for him, but he's definitely probably going to have to pit take a look at timing and scoring. He's probably going to have to at least pit at least twice. Yeah, he's a pit cycle out right now. 2 pit cycles out.
All right, as we work our way through turn number 3 behind the pace truck, we're going to step away for just a brief commercial break. Don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be back with all your green flag action from Talladega Superspeedway here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Side ready for the restart. Inside lane will be Derek Conley. Outside, Doug Rice taking the outside for this latest restart after staying out during our latest caution. On the gas is the 35. Milam gives Connolly a shot on the start, but that doesn't give Connolly the outright lead just yet as he starts to now break away from the field. He'll take the race lead away from the 35 of Doug Rice, who's struggling on that outside lane. He's got Honor Reynolds just behind him, and Milam with a big push once again on the back of that 28 to catapult that inside lane down the backstretch.
Yeah, I imagine we'll see Doug Rice here try to make a dart to the inside and try to get to pit road because, like I said before we went to break there, he's 2 pit cycles out, so he definitely cannot make it on fuel. I'm not sure how many fuel laps he's got left in the tank, but maybe get him out here, lead some laps, get some team points, build that confidence.
Looking back now off of the roof cam here on the 5 of Chase Berry. He's got his Vapid Yeet Racing number 5 looking pretty. That Ford Mustang right there inside the top 5. There you see Robert Duvedak just as outside. He's got Alex Green just behind him. That outside lane beginning to gain some ground. And you can just see the amount of rubber, the amount of buildup coming off of these tires that gets attached to the front of the end of the cars that are around them. Something you might not get to see at a lot of the tracks with so much space between the drivers when they get broken up some, but you can tell the amount of rubber that's getting burnt off of these tires around this super speedway.
Yeah, that's something I always thought that was really, really cool when I visited Talladega was as the cars are coming around through the tri-oval, they're so flat to the ground compared to the corner that you can actually get hit in the chest and in the face with those little teeny tiny rubber pellets. It's almost like sand that comes off of these race cars. It's pretty cool.
It is pretty cool, and I mean, I used to have a container full of rubber from Bristol Motor Speedway. The first time I ever went there, I was amazed at the amount of rubber buildup that is right there on the spectator side of the fence. I mean, it builds up about a good inch on the other side of the wall. So just imagine the amount that's out there in the non-racing line. Is that a terminology? I don't even know if that's a terminology. Non-racing line.
Let's go with that. Call that the cushion in the dirt world.
Well, yeah, I mean, you don't really have the cushion, so to speak, in the asphalt world as much. I know we did start talking about it a lot with Christopher Bell, Kyle Larson. They like to run that cushion up there at the top of the racetracks here in the asphalt side of things. So we're seeing more and more of that style of driving come into play in the NASCAR world, but just amazing the amount of debris that comes off of these cars when they're not wrecking. So, yeah.
Yeah. And, you know, like you said, we've seen a lot more of that, you know, that Harry Gant line, you know, that high, wide, and handsome, you know, not only in iRacing, but in NASCAR as well, like you said. And there's several guys that are super, super fast up top, you know, run where everybody else ain't. You know, that's it's quickly becoming a moniker of several young drivers. You know, Kyle Larson kind of paving the way, like you said, and, you know, bringing Christopher Bell and a couple other guys right along with him.
Yeah, and I mean, there's a lot of great talent in up and coming in NASCAR, and we've got a lot of great talent out here on track. And I tell you what, Dan, let's go down trackside. I believe we've got an onboard camera here with the 15 of Alex Green. He's about third or fourth car, I believe fourth car in line down there on the inside lane right now, just behind that 5 of Chase Berry. And you can see much smoother here at Talladega than what we were at Legacy Daytona last week.
Yeah, definitely a lot smoother. You can see he's not really fighting the wheel very much. He's just kind of sitting back and relaxing. You know, barely lifting going into the corner. Of course, he's being towed along by the 5 of Chase Berry there. So just kind of sitting back, relaxing. Maybe get a sip of water while you're in the tow here, and go for broke later on.
Yeah, and I mean, you got to be there at the end, and that's always the key, to be around at the end to utilize the run, to utilize the opportunity that you have. And it looks like we've got a lot of drivers that still have that opportunity just in front of them. Doug Rice continues to lead that outside lane after staying out under our last caution. When will he hit pit road? We'll throw up the pit strategy for you right now as it sits. There you see it. Doug Rice, 16 laps on his fuel and tires. He's going to have to hit pit road here very soon, and it's going to be a task for him to get down there to the bottom, because there is a long train of cars down there on that inside lane. And I tell you what, if you stumble and you start running out of gas right in front of the field, it could end up pretty bad.
Yes, it definitely could, and he's going to have to make a move here pretty soon. So, you know, hopefully, I don't know how he's going to do this, Dave. I mean, he's out there kind of all by his lonesome, and I know these guys on the inside lane are not going to give any way to let him down on the bottom.
Yeah, I mean, you almost, you hate to say it, you almost want to trap one of your competitors, because if he runs out of gas on that outside lane and has to go all the way around without fuel, you can pretty much cross his night out without help from a caution. Yeah, these drivers not going to be so willing to let him down to the bottom. And just as we say that, looks like he's getting a big-time push out of the 10 of Duvendak. Will Duvendak push him enough to get clear? Rice trying to get down. Not going to get there just yet. Still side by side with Connolly for the race lead. The inside lane now getting that momentum back. So just inches away from being able to clear Connolly on the bottom and for Rice to be able to make a clean getaway to pit road.
Yeah, I'm so confused at how he's going to be able to do this. I mean, somebody's going to have to let him down, or he could potentially, take out the whole field.
Yeah, and I think he may try to time one of these gaps that he sees develop. There it is.
Right there.
Timed it perfect. Got down just in front of Chase Berry. And we'll have to take a look through that. May have been a little bit of teammate. No, Travis Elliott, only teammate out there with Vapid Yeet Racing and for Chase Berry. So not a teammate move, but big heads up. That was kind of a gentleman thing for Bear to do. Left just enough room for Rice to get down there. Didn't really push the issue. And Ober with a big push on Duvenak. That gets the 10 a little bit sideways. And Will Weber down on the apron. Ooh, big time move.
He went for a big old ride.
Big ride, and around he goes. No caution after
caution,
contact. Now caution coming out late. So a big time moment there for Will Weber. We'll take a look back at that. And it looks like
he went for the old Rusty Wallace tumble there.
Oh, yes, he did. Big time tumble there. And it looks like it was all a product of, once again, that checkup that we seen. The accordion checkup looked like the 52 checked up just a little bit. And then I believe that may have been Anthony English that checked up. We'll take a look one more time. No, the 51 of Travis Elliott checking up after the 52 checked up. Will Weber nowhere to go. Gets punted from behind and to the moon, Alice.
To the moon, Alice. He darn near made it.
Almost flipping. That was pretty crazy. I tell you what, let's see if we can't get an onboard camera shot here of what took place. Oh my goodness. And there's the sky, the ground, sky ground, sky ground, sky ground. Ooh. Ooh wee. Crazy little ride.
Getting out of the race car claiming to be on fire will be okay.
Absolutely. We'll rejoin the race live. Head back up with your race leader, Derek Conley, in a 28. And this puts us once again in a little bit of an awkward situation for fuel. We're right here on the window of making it to the end, but that's not including any green-white checkers, Dan. So, yeah, I mean, I like the call here to come down and get the fuel. Doug Rice, he definitely is enjoying the caution. He needed this caution bad.
Yes,
but
he did.
I wonder if any of these drivers are going to be saving or if they're banking on another late race caution here. That we've seen that happen time or two before here, as we've got a great race off of pit road. Josh Milam going to win it. Derek Conley going to roll off second. Robert Duvenak third. Daniel Harrington in the 82. Where did he come from? He's going to line up fourth. Cody Ober, Hunter Reynolds, Rick Seaburns, Daniel Holloway, Chase Berry, and Jimmy Crow will round out your top 10 for our next restart here. We're going to go around, I believe, at least 2 more laps before we get to that restart. But I tell you what, let's let our race leader work his way back onto the track. We'll see if we can't grab a word or two with Josh Milam winning the race off of pit road. You give him a moment to go over some things with the team and the crew chief. Then we'll see if we can't get in a few words here with the driver leading the race right now, and let's see if he's willing to give out any strategy here. Looks like we've got that radio channel, so we'll go ahead and try to dial up the driver winning the race off of pit road now, taking the lead of the race driver of the 7. Josh Milam. Is Dave and Dan in the booth. You got a copy?
How's it going, fellas?
Going good, not as good as yourself. Got that Ford Mustang looking pretty up there in the front.
Absolutely. I'm I'm rolling tonight, guys. We're all out. FSR guys sticking together up here. We're doing a heck of a job tonight.
Now, speaking of the FSR stable, 2 FSR drivers winning stage number 1, winning stage number 2. Are you going to be the third different FSR driver to make it to a win here tonight? The big win at that.
Well, let's hope I can pull this third stage out. One of us at least, but that's the goal here. Get one of us to win. Unfortunately, we're doing our best to get Will back up here and try to get him out front and get that win for him. But if he can't be here, then one of us are going to try to steal it.
All right, my man. Well, don't want to keep you too much longer, but do you think you guys have got enough in the tank to get to the end if we don't have a green-white checker?
Absolutely not. Unless some guys do some major saving in the back here, I don't think they'll have enough. We've got our pit strategy here, so we're ready to go in, get our fuel, and get out, and get back up here.
All right, my man. Well, we do appreciate you taking some time here to talk to us under caution. Before we let you go, though, would you like to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous, or thank anybody on the side of that car?
Yep, shout out to you guys. You guys are awesome. Shout out to my FSR crew. Shout out all the OP, all the guys racing tonight, and all the fans that's watching us. Thanks for taking the time out of your night and tuning in and watching us.
All right, well, there you have it. A few words from your race leader right now. The 7 of Josh Milam will line up inside row number 1 for this latest restart. Dan, we're going to have just 20 laps to go when we kick things back off. And, man, it has been one heck of a night. Want to thank you now, before I may forget later, for joining me each and every week here in the booth. It's been a pleasure to work with you so far this season. Look forward to working with you for the rest of the season. To all the fans, viewers, family, and friends out there watching on the YouTube side, we do appreciate you each and every time you come and join us here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. I know these drivers do, and all of us at Turn 3 Racing Network do as well. And if you haven't already, go ahead and throw these drivers a thumbs up. Click the subscribe, smash the bell over there on the right-hand side. Get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. And we are about to go live once again, racing, green flag racing here on our fingertips, Dan. And it is going to be a crazy finish. It's got that feeling.
Yeah, this one's gonna be wild. It's been slicing and dicing all race long, and I'm ready to go. Let's go 20 laps here, all green flag, and let them shoot it out, boys.
It's gonna be a shootout, no matter how you put it. It looks like Milam and the FSR drivers do not believe that you can make it on fuel. We may have a few drivers try to stretch it still. So everything's still on the table. Drivers hitting the restart box. Waiting for it, and Milam hits the gas. Green flag flies once again here at Talladega Super Speedway. Connolly and Ober off to a great start. Rick Seabrand's falling behind just a little bit, but he's right there with the help on that outside lane. Inside lane now getting a little bit more organized. They're going to surge back to the front as they make their way off of turn number 2.
I'll tell you an interesting fact. I was just looking over here in the stat book, Dave. Stage winner has not been a winner of the full race, but the 2 drivers at the front of the pack have won races this year. How's that throw your gambling off there?
I'm going home. I'm taking my ball and I'm going home. I'm not playing no more.
So just a little bit of stats there, you know, that these 2 guys, Derek Conley and Josh Milam, have won races this year, but historically, the guy that wins a stage or 2 does not win the race. So
yeah, and I don't know. We've got some great action going on right now. Conley, big move to the bottom. Ober in the middle. Now the 5 of Chase Berry with help from the kid Logan Helton out there on that Harry Gant line. There you have it. 3 wide battle for second. Now that ends those 2 inside lanes beginning to get a little bit momentum over the two drivers out there on that third lane, and nobody coming to the aid. Looks like Dave Hunt may think about it, but no, gonna stay tucked in line on that middle lane, and it's a long train of cars down there running that double yellow line. And just like that, that outside lane deteriorated, and Chase Berry has found himself all alone. Robert Duvendak jumping to lead that outside lane. He's going to look to make the switch, but Milam pushing hard. Not sure he's going to let anybody get up and around that 28 of Conley.
Yeah, Conley's definitely looking strong out front here, but it's you got a veteran out there his outside, so he's looking out of the right side of his head here, and just hoping he can stay strong for another 20 or so laps here, 18, 17, somewhere in there. I'm on the math mug today.
And I'm seeing something right now, and I'm not really liking it out of that 10 of Robert Duvendak. It looks like he's leaving a little bit too much space there. Oh, and the 53 of Hunt goes around, collects a few other drivers. They're going to go off of the racing surface onto the apron, and hard contact with that outside wall. Looks like, I believe, Will Weber involved in this latest incident as well. And yeah, the 24 heavily damaged. Let's go back, take a look, see what happened here.
I caught a piece of Will Weber's radio communications on that, and he was not happy.
Yeah, and it looks like Hunt, Meyer, all involved. Ooh, goodness. Anthony English, I believe, was involved as well. So a lot of drivers caught up in this latest incident. We'll take one more look at it, see if we can't get a better view of what happened here at the blimp. And it looks like right off the front of that 77 of David Booth is what spun the 53. Ooh, just a little bit off. Slight contact, and nowhere to go. A lot of drivers with some hard impacts. James Mayer in the 95, maybe one of the hardest hits out of that latest incident.
Yeah, that reminded me of Jeff Gordon about probably 97 or 98 when he nosed that thing into the inside guardrail at Daytona. He took that was they're near the different track, but a carbon copy for James Meyer there. So hopefully he's okay.
So we'll rejoin the field back up at the front behind the Chevy Silverado pace truck, and this has gotten drivers into their fuel window for sure, and they're going to be able to pad at least one, maybe two attempts at a green-white checkered. So look for the entire field to come down pit road. We'll keep our eye down here on the business end of pit road, see who wins this race off of pit road. Drivers only going to need to take maybe 2 to 3 gallons of fuel in order to fill back up. So look for these pit stops to be very, very fast, and it looks like drivers already down and away, and Conley going to come off of pit road first. Milam going to come off second. Duvendak, Reynolds, Ober, Seabrands, Holloway, Jimmy Crow, Randall Cobb, Mark Mann will round out your top 10 when we get set and ready to go and fire things off once again. And we've only got, let's see, we'll have, I believe, about 13 laps to go when we go back green flag racing. Field all down on the apron, waiting to join the racing surface after the blend line. There you go. No penalty for your top 5. They'll all rejoin the racetrack behind the Chevy Silverado pace truck. And with all that being said, I tell you what, we're going to step away for just a brief commercial break. So, ladies and gentlemen, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with all your green flag racing action from Talladega Superspeedway here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. pace car down and away, and we're green flag racing once again here in the OP Racing Super Speedway Cup Series presented by 4X Graphics. Derek Connolly leading that inside lane. Josh Milam just to his outside. We've got Robert Duvendak and Hunter Reynolds right there, second row. Cody Ober, Rick Seabrand's in the third row. So we've got a lot of big names up here at the front of the field.
Yeah, definitely a team battle here at the front with Duvendak pushing Reynolds. You know, I'd like to see Milam try to get a spoiler under the nose of Reynolds or vice versa here to get these fuel sim guys stacked up 1-2. Maybe part of their strategy too, to where they're kind of just blocking everybody coming around this circuit here.
And it looks like we've got a lot of pushing going on, a lot of drivers getting out of shape. It looks like we've got that third lane starting to develop once again. Here comes, it looks like Jimmy Crow and Logan Helton out there on the outside lane trying to get their momentum built up. 12 laps to go. They may have enough time to make it work, and we've got a second pack falling to the wayside back here. Looks like that may be Sean McCarrick, Les Levy, Jimmy Reynolds, and James Mayer back there stuck in that second little group. But we've still got side-by-side racing action from about the second spot all the way back to right about 12th.
Coming to the line this time, we'll have 10 laps to go. So imagine it's going to get pretty crazy here in a matter of about a minute and 45, 2 minutes. 2 minutes and 1 second, I'm going to call it. It's going to get nuts.
Yeah, things going to pick up, that's for sure. We've got a lot of hungry drivers up here in the front of the field as Milam continues to lead that inside lane. Hunter Reynolds, winner of stage number 2, right there leading that outside lane. He's got Rick Seabrands just behind him. Daniel Holloway also right there in that middle lane. More help from the outside lane, dropping down to the middle lane. And oh, big move from Connolly. He jumps to the outside of Milam. He's looking to hunt the lead once again. Big push from that 26 of Reynolds. And that's going to clear the 28. He's going to drop down right in front of that 7. Take over to the lead of the race, hugging that double yellow line.
That was crazy. He great communication with him and his spotter right there. He didn't have a very big window to get that Ford Mustang in there, and he slid it right on in there.
That he did. Not a lot of room to get the job done, but he was able to get the job done. We'll go down with another one of our onboard cameras here. This is the 10 of Robert Duvendak looking off the back end of Josh Milam as Milam jumps to the outside lane. Now Duvendak right there pushing that 28 across the line. There you see wiggling back and forth just a little bit. So these cars moving around just a little bit in this draft.
Yeah, they're definitely starting to wiggle a little more. As fuel burns off, it's only probably going to get worse. But Duvendak doing a whale of a job back there, pushing Derek Conley, excuse me. His paint schemes look so similar.
Man, I tell you what, that is one crazy look back from the side of the pillar there on that 10 of Robert Duvendak looking back at Cody Ober. Ober been pushing the Jesus out of him. Got the front end of his machine bent up just a little bit. And, man, we are getting down to the witching hour. Just about 9 laps. Make it 8 when we cross the line this time by. And Milam has got a challenger to his outside. Here comes Hunter Reynolds, but don't look now. Here comes Rick Seabrands, 3 wide on the outside.
Yeah, Rick got a pretty good jump there and jumped up in front of Jimmy Crow. So excellent veteran move by him. Almost 4 wide there for just a second.
And we're gonna see these drivers try to carry this 3 wide to the end. It looks like the numbers are there for that outside lane to work. If they can just keep it a little bit straighter, a little bit more organized with the pushing, they may find themselves up there at the front of the field battling with Hunter Reynolds and Josh Milam. Right now, Milam still leading the race, hugging his best friend. That's right, that double yellow line is your best friend when you're leading the race this late in the race. and Hunter Reynolds not giving up. He's got the lap led at the line, but right now the advantage going to the inside lane, being led by Josh Milam.
Yeah, Josh is definitely, you heard it from his own mouth that he was rolling today, were his exact words. So he's feeling pretty confident out front there, and I'd feel a little even more confident with your Fuel Sim teammates sitting there giving you the shove through the corners.
And right now, the man I've got my eye on a ton of drivers, as we've got probably about our top 18 all right here packed up with each other. But I was looking at that fourth car in line, the 04 of Mark Mann. Batman right here having a good solid run coming to the finish of tonight's race here in the OP Racing Super Speedway Cup Series presented by 4X Graphics. 6 to go when we cross the line that time, by 5 to go this time around. Connolly leading that inside lane. Now Milam leading the outside lane. A little bit of a swap over out of those two drivers as a big push from Duvendak gets Connolly loose and overhead check up just a little bit.
Yeah, I got pretty lucky there, but once again with Duvendak being the veteran that he is, saved a bunch of race cars from certain doom.
As these drivers continue to push the envelope, to push this, gonna get a little bit harder, a little bit longer. These drivers going to continue to lean on each other a little bit more as we get closer and closer to the end of tonight's race. And it looks like, oh my, who is out there now leading that third lane, charging with help from his teammate behind him.
At that.
Batman, baby. Batman moving to the front, 3 wide for your race lead.
That's impressive. As we said at the beginning of the race, Dave, he was going to be strong. He was starting to feel a little comfortable, and excellent job by Mark to get that Batmobile up front there.
Yeah, and I mean, right now you've got to feel good if you're Mark, man, because you've got a teammate, and you've got 2 drivers that are known to be very skilled in plate racing. I know the kid is a little bit on the younger spectrum, but a very skilled, very talented driver. And if I'm Mark, man, I like the 3 drivers I have lined up with me. I know my teammate's going to stay with me. It's just whether or not the rest of the field's going to play nice with 4 laps remaining. These drivers still 3 wide, trying to battle it out and see who's going to walk away with the win here. Oh, and Mark, man, into the wall hard after Holloway had a big-time moment. That's going to crush the hopes and dreams of that 04 of Mark Mann. And, ooh, Robin is not going to be happy when he has to beat out the right side of that car.
Nah, he is not. They're going to have to put that thing back in the back cave and fix the whole right side, maybe even a little bit of the center of that car.
And that it just looked like a product of a push gone wrong. A push on the rear of Holloway just sent him right up to the track, just pancaked Mark Mann right into that outside wall. Fortunately for the rest of the drivers, no contact being made and everybody made it through. But unfortunately for Mark Mann, it seems as if his race night has come to an end.
Yes, unfortunately it looks like it has, but like you said, he got it up front. So little victories, Dave, little victories.
Small steps, got to take what you get when you can get them, and unfortunately tonight the win not in the plan. Oh, and Duvendak hits the 51. Reynolds goes around, 2 laps to go, and that's going to bring us under caution, and that is going to bring us to our first official attempt at a green-white checkered.
Yes, that was unfortunate. I don't think Duvendak had anywhere to go. He just he got a big run coming up on the inside there, and just kind of had to. At this point in the race, you can't lift, Dave. So it's unfortunate that everybody kind of got involved there, but man, I tell you, that's a tough break for Hunter and Travis Elliott sitting back there in that 51 machine. Tough break for those guys.
Yeah, and looking back over it, it looks like a bump gone wrong out of from Cody Ober sent Duvendak a little sideways. He went up into the 51, and then carnage and chaos from that point. A lot of other drivers involved in this one. Looks like Daniel Harrington, Travis Elliott, Hunter Reynolds, Jimmy Crow, Jimmy Reynolds, Austin Meredith, Les Levy, James Mayer, all involved in this latest caution. And, well, we find ourselves with a green-white checkered finish here. So the trend, staying alive. Oh, sorry. My bad.
You're a little out of control, Dave. I'm gonna have to ask you to take it from 11 to about 7.
What about 7-Eleven? Can I take it to 7-Eleven?
You can, as long as you bring me back a cherry Slurpee.
You know what? I miss those things.
Me too.
Those were the good old days.
Yep.
All right. Well, we find ourselves under caution once again here, Dan. Very late race caution, so that's going to put us in a green-white checkered situation. Do you think anybody comes down pit road, or do they stay out knowing that they've got enough for this green-white checkered, or do you think some of them play it safe? It looks like most of your leaders going to stay out on the racetrack right now, so I guess no need to answer that one.
Mm-hmm. There's a few guys coming to pit road, but I believe those are some of the guys that have damage to your car. If you were fortunate enough to save your fast repair, you can do that. Top off on fuel. Actually, you probably wouldn't even want to put fuel in it because lighter is faster. Maybe take a couple tires, save a few seconds by leaving the fuel door closed. But these guys can definitely make it to the end. So. I don't know. It's kind of tough, and the big choice for Milam here is whether you go to the inside lane or the outside lane.
I don't know. I was gonna try to come up with something smart, and make it sound great, but I just got nothing. I mean, with the accordion effect that you can have here at the restrictor plates, I'm not sure that the lane choice matters that much. Personally, I would take the outside lane. I know I can restart the race, so I can go just a little bit before that green flag flies, and hopefully clear the inside lane by the time I get to turn 1. We haven't seen anybody in the outside lane be able to do that just yet, but if I'm the race leader, I may choose that outside lane just to try to get that, because then that's going to put the run that outside lane's going to have, going to put it off for at least another half a lap, possibly a whole lap, and then you only have to worry about driving through the rear view mirror for one more lap.
I would concur with that. I think I would take the outside too, just for the simple fact that the restarts are on the leader, so. Yeah, and you could possibly, get a nose down over somebody, or get a left rear quarter panel up somebody, make them a little nervous, make them check up, and then next thing you know, you're a race winner. So yeah, I'd go with that, Dave. Outside lane for sure.
Well, you know how these drivers like to listen to me. So with that being said, I guarantee you, Milam is going to take the inside just because I said, well, I'd take the outside. He's going to be like, oh yeah, Dave, watch this.
Watch this. Lucky here. We'll show you who the professional is.
Well, that's why I'm in the booth and not out there with them. Did have the great opportunity to run a few races with these guys, not just in these Cup cars, but also in a couple of the other cars here on the iRacing.com, the world's #1 racing simulator. So these guys, when I say that they're the best restrictor plate racers on iRacing, I absolutely mean it. These guys do some amazing things, and when you're in the middle of a 3-wide situation and you hear a team radio come on and say, "Let's go 5 wide," you kind of get a little scared.
I would. What's it the iRacing spotter says? You're the meat.
I don't even know what they say when you get that many cars side by side. I've heard the 3 wide, and then he just was quiet for about 30 seconds, and then everything was quiet as I was flying through the air.
Right. Sky, ground, kind of like we saw Will Weber do earlier.
Yeah. There was a lot more ground, just not turned the right way.
Yeah, I just made you into a gardener. That's all, Dave.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
Not at all.
All right, well, the Chevy Pace car lights. Chevy Pace truck. It's not a car. It's a truck. It's a Silverado there, Dave. Silverado Pace truck lights are out. Field double file will get set for our first attempt at a green-white checkered finish here in the OP Racing Super Speedway Cup Series presented by 4X Graphics. Josh Milam going to take the inside lane. I told you. Derek Connolly going to line up just to his outside. Cody Ober right there. Second row inside lane. Randall Cobb going to start behind Connolly out there. Second row outside lane. Alex Green right here in the mix. Daniel Holloway, Doug Rice, Andrew Schroeder. Where did he come from? He's back up inside the top 10. Rick Seabrands, Anthony English right there as well. Chevy Silverado getting out of the way, and we will get set to go back green flag racing for our first official attempt at a green-white checkered here at Talladega Super Speedway. Long way around to the restart box. Milam has the field in tow, ready to go. Green flag flies here at Talladega. Milam and Connolly side by side. No advantage for either line as they head into turn one here the first time on this restart. Now the inside lane starting to make up some ground. Ober gonna clear. Connolly, Doug Rice with a big move to the outside. That's gonna let Rick Seabrands gain a spot or two here on the inside lane, and that outside lane not going anywhere. Green makes a move to the outside. Ober tried to block, not going to be able to make it. He's going to slide back inside, down on the inside lane right behind Josh Milam. Popsicle sticks in the air. White flag this time by.
Cody Ober was looking for someplace to go, and he found it. It just wasn't the right location for him to be in. He wanted to be around Milam so bad, as we got a couple cars getting around into the grass. Oh, calamity. Caution flag is out.
Ooh-wee. Parking lot behind your race leaders right now. Oh, my goodness. Ton of drivers involved in this one. Daniel Harrington, Mark Mann, Andrew Schroeder, Les Levy, Hunter Reynolds, Anthony English, Derek Conley, all involved in this one. We'll take a look back here with the turn 3 replay. Oh, my goodness. Connolly just gets sent flying. Oh, my goodness. That is a hard lick.
I bet you he thought he was an astronaut there for a minute.
Yeah, that was, oh, my goodness. That was a crazy hard hit for Derek Connolly. He was sideways and then just got pile drived into that outside wall. I'm glad nobody came across and the track and gave him a rock bottom as well, because I was waiting for it.
Was that a WWE reference, Dave?
I mean, yeah.
I like it.
Oh, my goodness. Calamity and chaos here towards the end of race number 7 for the OP Racing Super Speedway Cup Series drivers. And looks like the field slow waiting on Johnny Pacer in the Chevy Silverado to get back up there. It looks like most of the field now going to slowly begin to get their positions all ironed out and worked back out. Josh Milam will reassume the race lead. Cody Ober going to line up just behind him. Daniel Holloway, Rick Seabrands, Alex Green round out your top 5. Daniel Harrington going to come to pit road. James Mayer, Dave Hunt, Robert Duvendak all on pit road as well.
Looking through timing and scoring here real quick, Dave, to see where Josh Milam's closest teammate would be, and it would be Hunter Reynolds all the way down in 13th. So he's going to have to fend for himself with Cody Ober and Daniel Holloway here on this restart.
And I think even for Milam, looking for a teammate just isn't an option right now. Hunter Reynolds was caught up, I don't want to say significantly in that last incident, but it caught up enough to damage that machine, and without going to pit road and getting a brand new car, I'm not quite sure he would be the one that I would be looking for. But being up there at the front without any friends, it's a lonely place. But does anybody really have friends when it's a green, white, checkered?
No, you don't have friends at all. There are no friends.
I don't know. I don't know. Sometimes I'd rather push somebody to the win. I know that sounds absolutely blasphemous and crazy, but sometimes when somebody's worked with me all night long and they find themselves in a better position, sometimes I just bite the bullet and I'd rather come in second and give somebody, well, maybe not give them the win, but you get what I'm saying. Give them a chance to shine. Give them a chance to either take it to victory lane or destroy themselves. So it's just all about how you're feeling about the guys that are around you and whether or not you're comfortable of pushing a certain somebody to a race win instead of going after it yourself.
I would agree with that to a certain extent in certain situations. You know, if we had the championship locked up for the driver championship and we were going for team championships or something like that, I would definitely wouldn't say lay back, but definitely would want to push, especially if the driver ahead of me hadn't won, or it was going to be their first win or something like that, and it was a big high profile race or something like that. I would definitely push them to the win if I was able to. But winning a race is winning a race. That's all there is to it in my book.
Yeah, and I think we've got ourselves a heck of a finish shaping up. We've got Josh Milam right there on the inside lane. Cody Ober yet to go to victory lane. Could he possibly put that number 8 machine in the right spot and find himself walking away with a race win? Can we see Rick Sebrands maybe go up there and grab yet another race win on the season? Or will maybe Daniel Holloway, Alex Green possibly take away the race win? Travis Elliott right there in the mix as well. And let's not count out the kid Logan Helton right there running in. I believe he'll line up 8th for this restart. So still a lot of big name drivers up here at the front, a lot of big talent. And who am I kidding? I mean, we've got big talent all through the field.
Oh yeah, big talent. Rick Sebrands already a race winner. Josh Milam already winning a race. Like you said, Green's been strong all day, and so is Cody. So, Cody's second in points right now behind the veteran Robert Duvendak. So, he could definitely vault himself into the points lead here, 7 races in with a strong finish or even a race win here for Cody.
Yeah, and I believe only about 12 or 17 points out of the championship lead for Ober right now too. So a race win will go a long way, as no race win on the season yet, I do believe. Or actually, no, I believe Cody, no race win yet. Yeah. So great consistent runs for him, just not being able to visit victory lane just yet. And we'll just have to see if he's got what it takes. Chevy Silverado down onto pit road field, getting ready to hit the restart box. Josh Milam ready to go back. Green flag racing once again here at Talladega Superspeedway for our second attempt at a green, white, checkered finish. Ober gets a good start, waits on the help and the push from Sebrands. Will Sebrands push that 8 to the win? We'll have to wait and see. Milam and Holloway holding strong on the inside. Has Alex Green right there with him. Travis Elliott, 4th car inside lane. Doug Rice right there as well with that 35.
Yeah, absolutely. My palms are sweating. I'm not going to call anybody out. I'm just going to let this one go. This is all your call to the end, Dave. I just want to see how it ends.
Well, all right, we'll go ahead and take it away from here. Non-stop racing action on track, non-stop from the booth right here. Josh Milam coming off of turn number 4. He's got the inside lane rolling, but a big push by Sebrands gets Cody Ober right there, nose to nose. He's going to cross the line first. White flag in the air. Next time around, we will have ourselves a race winner. Ober sliding a little bit through the center of 1 and 2. Big push now from Sebrands. Holloway not hooked up with Milam on the inside, and that's going to spell trouble. They're going to lose a little bit of ground. Drag race to turn 3 for the final time here tonight. 8 has the advantage on the outside lane. Sebrands still all over his bumper. Green on the bumper of Holloway. Holloway pushing Milam. Milam with the advantage now. Full car length in front of Travis Elliott goes around. Ober with the run. Big push by Sebrands. Sebrands pushing the 8. It's a drag race. Photo finish to the end. Cody Ober gonna walk away with the win here today. My goodness. What a finish that was. My goodness.
All right.
And I tell you what,
with the win.
Dan, I like that so much. Let's go back, give these fans a little look at this photo finish once again here. Coming to the line, there you see it. Oh my goodness, just so close.
Oh man.
Inching it out. We'll watch it under the slow-mo replay here for you. Gonna take just a second for him to get to you, but there you see him off in the distance. Ober with a big run right now. Milam just doing everything he can on the bottom lane, trying to keep that top spot. But the big push from Rick Sebrands and the 8 of Cody Ober gonna walk away with the race win. My goodness, just a nose. Not even to the wheel well, just the nose right there going by the start-finish line. So heck of a job, heck of a race win there by that 8 of Cody Ober. And Dan, I'll tell you what, let's step away for a brief moment, get things set up and ready for our post-race interviews as we are watching. And it looks like Cody Ober getting some love from a lot of the drivers out there, walking away with his first win of the season, and I think his first win here in OP Racing on Monday night. So heck of a job out there, heck of a moment for the driver of that 8 and his entire crew. So we're going to step away for just a brief moment. We will be right back. Track side drivers showing that 8 of Cody Ober some love still out there on track. Now it looks like we have had a chance to catch up with a few of the drivers out here after the race. Gonna get in a few words with the driver walking away in the third spot here tonight. That 4 of Rick Sebrands. It's Dave and Dan in the booth. You got your ears on, bud?
Yeah, 10-4.
Hey, my man. Third place out there tonight. Good finish for you. Did you think you could get any more out of the car?
Well, the Alliance Motorsports Chevrolet shop, they brought a tremendous good car here. We got, some good stage points tonight. Got ourselves a top 3 there. The power plant's always fast. We just kind of got boxed in there late and really couldn't make a move to get around and kind of get that momentum that it takes to get back here to Talladega. So, congrats to Cody. It's a really cool win for him. It was a really great race up front. That was a lot of fun, a lot of give and take. It was just a lot of fun out there tonight.
Well, Rick, man, you've become kind of a familiar face up here in the booth with me and Dan here on Monday night. So you're showing that Hall of Fame status and that Richard Petty moniker to be true. Walking away with another great finish this season. Man, congratulations once again. Before we let you go, would you like to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous, thank anybody on the side of that car?
Yeah, I don't know about all them accolades, but yeah, it's a lot of fun racing up front, man. These guys are great, and it's a dogfight, man. Every second matters. Wouldn't be possible without you guys, up in the booth calling this race. OP for everything they do for putting these on. The great fans at home watching, and all my Alliance Motorsports teammates. And yeah, can't wait for next week.
All right, my man. Well, another great race for you in the books, and we look forward to catching up with you at Daytona.
All right, 10-4, guys.
All right, there you have it. Some words from the driver walking away in the third and final podium position out here tonight. That is the 4 of Rick Seabrands, and I believe Dan's had enough time to get down there. To get down there to pit road and try to grab a few words with the driver who finished in second here today.
Josh Milam, hello, sir.
How's it going, man?
It's good to see you again on a podium finish, buddy. And it wasn't what you wanted, but it was a dogfight to the end. Congratulations on your second place finish. You were strong all day. Did you think you had what was required to get this thing to victory lane?
I thought I had a chance. I know I was outnumbered there. I lost my teammates, which I got some. I'm in with some of the guys who aren't my teammates, so sometimes they'll help me out. But like I said, I was outnumbered. I was just trying to survive and fight for my life there. Big congrats to Cody. I'm super excited for him to get that win. I didn't lose by much, but like I said, strong night all around. Super pumped about that. I'm glad to be on the podium.
Yeah, we Dave and I were just talking there that your closest teammate to you was in 13th there on that restart. So that did that affect you mentally at all, knowing you were surrounded by foreign forces there at that restart?
Yeah, absolutely. I knew who was around me. I knew I was outnumbered, like I said, and I knew the teammates weren't really close. So you might have noticed I was trying to do a lot of blocking there, trying to kill some momentum of those guys that were behind me. But I know GOP was right there. Three of their 5 guys were right behind me, and you had some Alliance guys right there too. So you kind of pick and choose your battles, and hope you pick the right one that'll push you.
Right. Well, I think you did a really good job of picking your battles all day long today, and congratulations on your podium finish. And we look forward to seeing you at Daytona. Is there anybody you'd like to thank? Any friends, family at home? Say hi to Mama for us.
Yeah, guys. You as always. OP, GOP, the founders of this league here, Alex and Cody and Rob. Just like again, say big congrats to Cody again for that win, man. It's well deserving. It's been a long time coming. Super happy for him. He wasn't going to get it easy, and he didn't get it easy, but he got it. Congrats to my teammates, FSR, or thanks, I'm sorry. They're always super helpful, and everybody out there watching us and supporting us. I appreciate you guys.
Yeah, thank you, buddy. Great drive by you, and we'll see you next week at Daytona.
All right, there you have it. Final words from the driver finishing in the second spot out here today. But the man of the hour, the man doing all the celebrating, the man with the big champagne right now, walking away with the race win here on Monday night. Cody Obert's, Dan and Dave in the booth. You got a copy?
Oh, yeah, man. How y'all doing?
How are you so calm right now? First win on Monday night, Cody. Man, you got to show me a little bit more enthusiasm than that, bruh.
I don't even really know what to say right now. It felt like this day was never going to come. I think all my emotion is when I originally past the finish line. I'm sure if you were in the team speak, you'd probably be deaf because I was screaming.
Well, man, you had a great car all night. You ran up front all night long. Does that give you, excuse me, did that give you any more confidence coming to the end of the race? That green-white checkered there, did it give you any more confidence knowing that you've had a good car all race long? or was it still just nerve-wracking as all get out?
Oh, it was absolutely nerve-wracking, especially that when that last caution flew. I did not think I was going to have the fuel. I think I crossed the finish line with like .2 left in the tank. It was very, very close, and I mean, I gotta first and foremost, I gotta thank Rick, man, because I would not have won that without him. He was giving me a hell of a push, and I'm really thankful he stuck with me.
Well, man, walking away with your first win here on the Monday night series, does this one have any more of a special place in your heart than any of the other race wins that you've been able to have here in the OP Racing League?
Oh, this one takes the cake. I have 13 other wins, and I would trade them all for a Monday night win. And it finally comes true. Like I said, I didn't think this day was ever going to come. It was a running joke in the in OP that I've went 5 seasons and I've won multiple times in all the other series, and I was never able to get the elephant off my back until tonight, and it's a great feeling. It's honestly pretty emotional.
All right, my man. Well, once again, Cody, congratulations getting into victory lane. Yeah, you've got yourself in a very good spot going forward in the championships for your shot at a championship. Pretty much locked yourself in the chase with the win. So with all that being said, and before we let you go, would you like to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous, thank anybody on the side of that car?
Like I said, first and foremost, I want to thank Rick for giving me an absolute hellacious push at the end. I wouldn't have crossed first if it wasn't for him. I want to thank my teammates for sticking with me all night and running up top. It was a great night for GOP. I want to thank all the fans that came out and watched. I want to thank you guys for putting on a heck of a broadcast. Y'all always do a good job. Yeah, I think that's about it. And thank the drivers for putting on a good race.
All right, my man. Well, once again, congratulations, and we look forward to catching up with you in Daytona.
Oh, yeah. Hopefully this isn't my last win.
All right. Well, there you have it. Some few final words with your race winner, Cody Ober, getting the job done. Dan, another fine one in the books for us, and not a whole lot left to do except run down your official running order for tonight's race at Talladega Super Speedway. And man, what a night it was. First time winner here on Monday night for us, Dan, and it has been a heck of a time, heck of a show. So let's hop right into the business of it. Walking away with the race win. First time here on Monday night, the 8 of Cody Ober. Finishing in second here tonight, Josh Milam. The 4 of Rick Sebren's going to come home in third. Fourth place will go to Daniel Holloway in the 21 machine. The 63 of Logan Helton will finish in fifth. Alex Green going to walk away in 15th. Chase Berry going to come home in seventh. Doug Rice in the 35 going to finish in 8th. Derek Connolly going to finish in 9th. Rounding out your top 10 here tonight, the 52 of Randall Cobb.
Just missing the top 10 in the 11th position is the 50 machine of Sean McCarrick, and 12th to 39 of Jamie Jessup. 13th position, Sean Stevens, 14th position, the 10 of Robert Duvendak. 15th position, the 77 of David Booth. 16th to 62 of Les Levy. 17th, our very own Mark Mann in the 04 machine. 18th to 26 of Hunter Reynolds. James Meyer in the 95 machine, finishing up at the 19th position, and rounding out your top 20 to 40 of Anthony English.
The 53 of Dave Hunt gonna walk away in 21st. Travis Elliott gonna come home in 22nd. Dustin Barber in his 6 machine gonna walk away in 23rd. 24th will go to Austin Meredith. 25th position here tonight, Andrew Schroeder. And in 26th, Daniel Harrington. The 17 of Jimmy Reynolds going to walk away in 27th, and Jimmy Crow will finish tonight's race in 28th. The 24 of Will Weber going to walk away in 29th, and 30th will go to the 84 of Aspen Belvin.
In 31st position, the 18 of Mark Dega, 32nd, the 91 of Ernie Williams, 33, the 88 of Ben Mashburn, and rounding out your field, tonight at Talladega, the 3 of Robert Payne at 34.
And just like that, that's all she wrote. That's all there is to do. Dan, once again, my man, I appreciate you coming out and hanging out all night long here, calling some great racing action with me here in the OP Racing Super Speedway Cup Series presented by 4X Graphics. Man, it's been a heck of a night, heck of a show, and look forward to catching up with you in the booth once again beside me. 6 feet, though, when we go back to Daytona.
Yeah, heck of a race. Congratulations to Cody Ober. I love seeing guys get their first race wins. Super big congratulations to him, and make sure you have yourself a safe weekday. Make sure you mask up, social distance, wash those hands, and I will see you all next week.
All right, well, that's it. That's all she wrote. We'll catch up with you a little bit later on in the week. Join us again here all throughout the week for some great racing action here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. And from myself, Darkside Dave, and the Postman Dan, stay safe, stay loved. We'll see you again